Hey there, comedy fans. Welcome to My First Joke, the podcast where we dive into the hilarious stories of how comedians got their starts. I'm your host, Kareem Kanji. Today, I am joined by comedian Allie Pearse. Today's episode is brought to you by welcome to travel.ca. If you're looking for the best and most affordable all-inclusive trips and cruises for you and your crew, check out welcome to travel.ca. Tell them I sent you. Finally, don't forget to subscribe to My First Joke wherever you listen to podcasts. If you enjoy what you hear, share it with your friends, leave a review, and hit us up with those 5 stars. All right, let's get into it. Here's my conversation with Allie Pearse. Allie, thank you for joining me. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Do you like how my voice changed like a radio? Almost
I
like
know. So profesh.
I know. Ali, tell me how did you get started in stand-up? What was your comedic journey like to get you here?
Ah. Well, the short answer, and I'll circle back, but the short answer is that I took a second city class
Ah,
and then I waited 4 years and then did stand up again. So,
4 years?
yeah, something like that. Like I
Okay.
did, and then I did nothing with it. Like I did one show and then I did
Yeah.
nothing with it. But I think the longer answer is that I studied theater, so I had already been a performer.
Ah.
I wasn't like that drawn to the stuff I was studying because it was a lot of like Tennessee Williams and Arthur Miller, and it was very serious and it was
Okay.
kind of drag. And then I moved on with my life and I started doing other things and I was like working in nonprofits and working in
Oh,
hospitality and doing all kinds of stuff that had nothing to do with performance.
yeah.
And then I went through a breakup. And then I was like, okay, I think that I I miss funny. Like it had just been
Oh,
so like so heavy for so long.
yeah.
And I took the second city class and then we got back together. I know. I know. Trust me, I've covered him many
Okay.
times.
All
My
right.
stand-
He's on album
and
number one. Is that
yes,
album number one?
he shows up many times in album number one. And then we broke up again. And then I was like, "Oh yeah, that thing that I did, that was fun." And then I really like so it actually probably wasn't 4 years, it was less than that. But then I
Yeah.
really started going to open mics and like trying stand up for real. Because doing a second city class and like doing a mic and in
Yeah.
real life is like so different.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I had like that really positive first experience because I think I would have been spooked away from stand up.
Wow. Okay. So so the marvelous Mrs. Maisel happened to you.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's really, really interesting. So let's say after you did your showcase with Second City,
Yeah.
and your let's say your dry period, we'll call it that.
Yeah, sure, sure.
And then you get back into it. Do you remember, I don't know, maybe we can include open mics in this, but do you remember your first joke, your first premise?
Good question. You know what's funny? I should have watched it. I have my set recorded from
Okay.
that first open mic that I did. I don't necessarily remember that, but what I do remember was like the first joke I wrote that kind of worked. And
Yeah.
I can't like remember it exactly, but it was about and this is definitely not safe for work, but it was
Okay.
like essentially that if you hook up with a guy and then it's like not great for you, you can steal something when you leave as like penance. And I it was like a it's not a joke I would ever do today. It's not like I do a lot of misdirection and I don't know, it worked and I remember being like, "Oh my God. Whoa. Like this is so
Yeah.
strange. This is such a strange feeling, you know?"
Yeah.
And then funny enough, that joke almost verbatim, like a few years later, went viral on Twitter. Like someone else wrote that joke, and I don't think they stole it from me. Like I think it was just parallel thinking.
Yeah, yeah,
Someone else wrote that joke and it went viral on Twitter, and everyone was sending it to me, being like, "Someone stole your joke." And I'm like, I don't think they did.
yeah.
So it like forced me to like say goodbye to it and write new stuff, which was actually ultimately a very good thing.
That's really interesting. I had this. I've been doing this since the last, like just
Yeah.
this year. But I've always thought about um, singing the national anthem at sporting events.
Yeah.
And similar to you, I took a course at the comedy bar,
Yeah. Yeah.
and one of the premises that I was working on was the national anthem
Hmm.
and how insane it is that the Blue Jays, which are all mostly American, are
Yeah.
standing up and saluting the Canadian flag. And I was trying to figure something out. And then I go to a show at the comedy bar. It was one of those comedians from The Daily Show. I can't remember his name.
Oh, wow.
Um, and he had a bit about anthems, and I go, shit. Can I not?
Yeah.
Does that mean I can't do?
You can still do it. I think honestly, like it's such a good exercise when that happens. It's such a good exercise in going like, what? So first of all, like, um, did I write something truly original?
Yeah,
Or is there an opportunity to like peel another layer back and go further into
interesting.
the joke so that I can really like stand firm in it and then it's mine. Like it's really
Yeah,
mine,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
That's interesting. That's interesting. I haven't given up on it because I've been even before I was do started this journey. It
Yeah.
was something that I'm sure if I look on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram somewhere,
Yeah.
I've spoken about the insanity of the national anthem.
Yeah, don't give up on it because I think
Yeah,
that the perspective can be totally yours. It's
yeah,
just a
I think
question
so.
of how you approach it.
Yeah, true. That is so true. I want to get back to this um your journey at Second City. You
Yeah,
did your
sure.
showcase and then you stopped.
Yeah.
Why did you stop? Was it just something you wanted to try at the time or
Mhm.
life in the way?
It feels like such a blur. Like I think that time in my life was like really there was a lot of transition happening. It was
Okay.
sort of like my mid 20 mark. So I was like I said, I was in like a relationship that at the time I thought like we had bought a house together. We were really, I know, we were like
Oh, you
really,
talk about it on your latest. Yeah, yeah.
I do, yeah. And like we had been together for a while and the breakup like really caught me off guard. And then
Hmm.
that's when I experimented with this thing and it felt like a thing I was just experimenting with. It didn't
Okay.
feel like, oh, I'm going to dedicate my life to this. It
Yeah.
was like I need something to do with my time. I don't think I thought I was going to continue doing it.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe I'm only realizing that now, actually, as we talk about it. Funny
Yeah.
enough. And
Wow.
then,
I'm not charging you for this session, by the way.
thank you so much.
You're
That's so
welcome. Yeah.
And then I think there was sort of this like light bulb moment when I came out of the fog of like us breaking up for the second time. Not that I want to like attribute anything to this man because whatever. But it's like my brain had just finished developing, and
Okay.
then I'm coming out of the fog of this thing and going like, "Hey, you always used to get in trouble in school for like goofing off and being like funny and disrupting people and you do like performance, you studied it. So
Yeah.
there's a connection here. You should explore it." And I think it was and is still the reason that I love stand up so much now that you can take something that is inherently unfunny and painful
Yes.
and try to find the
Yeah.
levity in it, you know? Like anytime something bad happens to me, I go, I can't wait to see what I do with this because it sucks right now. But hopefully I can
Ah,
get something out of it, you know?
that's
So,
really interesting. And so
mhm.
was it at that time that you sort of said, okay, this is what I want to do, or was there another performance that said, okay, I've made the right decision?
Good question. I think I was tiptoeing around it for a long time. So like I
Okay.
think I did. I actually, funny enough, I had been, not doing stand up. I'd done that one thing. I was not
Yeah.
doing stand up. I was working in the nonprofit sector. I was getting ready to leave that job and I didn't have another one lined up. So I took a contract, like a 3-month contract at
Yeah.
Just for Laughs.
Oh,
So, which is so like, and I'm from Montreal. So it was like, I'm going to leave this job. I'm going to go do 3 months at the festival. And it had nothing to do with me pursuing stand up. It was just
yeah.
like, I'm going to do this thing. And I was very immersed in that world. And then I started to go to some open mics there.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And like Montreal's a really supportive scene. So that was like a nice, I think, like soft landing as I was coming back
Yeah.
to trying it again. Um, and I think stand up, like I'm really fortunate that this is my job now, like between like writing and stand up, I get to do this professionally. But when I started, and I think that's what's different than a lot of professions that people pursue, I was never thinking like, oh, that's going to be my job one day. I was
Interesting.
really just looking at it like this is something that challenges me and makes me feel something and like requires a lot of bravery, I think they say, oh, be fearless. I think like that's not, you don't have to be fearless to do stand up. You just have to like exercise some form of bravery every time you go on stage.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
I actually am stealing that from an author, Elizabeth Gilbert,
Okay.
because it's true. It's like if you're fearless, you might murder someone. Like you could be a psychopath. But if you're brave, like you're just saying, this might be difficult, but I'm going to do it anyways.
Yeah.
And I think that that is something that um, many people like discomfort is unpleasant.
Yeah.
But when you like push yourself in life, it just like it expands your mind and your worldview and like puts you in positions of like yeah, I don't know. I just think it's like a really beautiful art form.
It is. Definitely
Even
is.
when we're talking about disgusting things.
Yeah. I'm curious. I just listened to your first album.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry. Is it your first album?
it is. Yeah, yeah.
It
I
is.
literally,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Um, tell me what's the title? Where can people find it?
Yeah, for sure. It's called Trophy Wife. It's my first album. It's sort of like a collection of my work from the last 8 years, 9 years. It's on YouTube as of yesterday, but
Oh,
you
all
can
right.
find it on every streaming platform you would possibly listen to anything on. It's called Trophy Wife, and it's me,
There you go.
Allie.
Allie Pearse, Trophy
Yeah,
Wife.
yeah.
Um, was that or is that your favorite, like to date, your favorite milestone, or has there? And I'm curious about, what was your first one, or would you consider this your first milestone?
No, I wouldn't consider it my first milestone, but it did feel like I think I really see like anytime I've recorded a set for TV or like an album, like this is my first album independent, but like I've recorded stuff for JFL and I've done TV tapings for a variety of different outlets. And every time that happens, you're essentially saying goodbye to that material. So
Yes, interesting.
yeah, you can do it on stage, but you can't, tape it again. So I think comics get worried about like, and as they should be for different reasons, like giving material away, you want it to be the right context. But I actually see it as like a really beautiful send off. It's like, okay, I worked really hard on this thing, and then
Yeah,
now it gets to go live in the world, and I'm saying goodbye to this, and now I can move on to something else. And my album required like revisiting. I don't write long jokes, so putting together 30 minutes was challenging for me,
yeah,
and that I never thought I could do. So in a sense, like it's a huge milestone for me because like I never thought I could stand on stage for 30 minutes, whereas like I think a lot of people find it a lot easier.
yeah.
Um, but but yeah, I guess to go back to your original question, I have definitely done other things that felt like really big and important, but putting this body of work together is also really exciting in a different way.
That is awesome. Has your style evolved over the past 8, 9 years?
That's a good question. Um, I hate watching myself, so I don't
Okay.
go back and revisit old material. I
Yeah.
would say that from day one, I have always talked about things that were really personal and really specific to me. And I
Mm.
can't really see a world in which that would change. Like I'm observational about my life, but I'm not
Yes.
observational about like I was watching blah, 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 and like, isn't it weird how oranges do this? Like
Yeah.
that's me. And I love watching comedy like that. So in a sense, I think that has remained the same. I
Okay.
think that maybe my comfort on stage has allowed me to be more present, which makes me less performative, I hope.
Okay. Okay. So you're not just in your head, what's the next line? What's the
Yeah.
transition?
Yeah.
Uh, okay. Okay. You will
I'm
let
still
like you feed
definitely
off the
doing
crowd.
that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
I'm still definitely doing that, but I think especially recently I've sort of noticed that when I like let go a little bit and I just allow things to happen a bit more organically on stage, that those are when the moments are happening. And actually I feel like I'm in a very funny period right now because I recorded this album in March.
Yeah.
I and we're now August.
End of summer. Yeah.
Yeah, like that, all that material, I want to be done with it. But I haven't because I worked it so hard during
Mm.
that preparation period to record it. And because I don't necessarily write that fast, coming out of that album, I'm now still doing a lot of jokes from that album on stage, and it makes me want to rip my fucking hair. Sorry, I shouldn't. It makes me want to rip my hair out of my head. And so if I kind of allow, like I know that I can rely on that material,
Yeah.
but if I'm more playful on stage, I think things are happening more organically. Whereas I think in the past, I've always been like, okay, what's the joke? What's the joke? What are you working on tonight? What's happening? And I'm
Yeah.
trying to do that a little bit while I build new material.
That's all. So you're back at open mics.
Yeah, I am. I am. Yeah, it's like just trying to work on new stuff. It's like it's painful.
Yeah, for
When it's
sure.
good, it's great.
Yeah.
No?
Ali, thank you so much for this. This has been a lot of fun.
Pleasure.
If people want to let's pimp the Trophy Wife
Yeah.
album again, but also tell people where can they find you online?
Yeah, I am at Allie_Pearse on all social platforms. So easy to remember. And yeah, my album is on Spotify, Apple, all that good stuff, and on YouTube.
I'll
So
put
that's
I'll put links to it
cool.
in the show notes for sure. Thanks everyone for tuning in to this episode of My First Joke. I hope you had as much fun listening as I had chatting with my guest today, Ali Pearse. Now, if you enjoyed the show, subscribe to My First Joke wherever you listen to podcasts so you never miss an episode. Share it with your friends, rate, review, and listen. I got a kid going into second year university. 5-star the podcast so that someone will come up to me and say they want to sponsor this shit, and I can help pay for his bad habits. Again, the website is myfirstjoke.ca. My name is Kareem Kanji. Until next time, remember.
Get off your phone for a bit. Go outside, touch some grass.
Thanks, Ali.
Thank you.